Radio on Berlin.
Okay, you're listening to Radio on Berlin, and here we are again, 2024, another Berlin springtime show. Is that correct?
According to the calendar, yes. Well, after 1 year, this is the tape review show. Yes.
Yeah, I think there's about a year between these, and we've got the table is full with all these packages.
Yeah.
It's a small table, but we have a few packages because if you've ever heard the tape review show before, people send in stuff and
and since we don't do this often anymore, they don't send in anything anymore. So okay. So these are the last three things.
Whoa.
I live on this address since 2022. So some of these things, packages might have arrived. Yep. This one arrived right after I moved in.
Right.
So this is 2.5 years ago.
And where is it from, that one? I've got one in my hand from Italy.
And the other one as well. No?
And the other ones, one's from Italy. So Aurelio Menici.
Yeah, the voice goes round.
Here we go. Let's open it up. So
send it to these people and then you just wait 3 years before they play it.
Yeah.
Well, this is more recent. It's from the 6th of June of 2023.
Okay. Well, should we play the most recent one first?
We've got like an envelope for each year.
Yep. Whoa.
This is our friend from Tokyo again.
Oh, great.
Tribal tapes.
Okay. All right. So we've got tribal. It's a tribal tape show, and also Aurelio, and the other one, the final one, is Massimo Margaritelli.
Yeah, but it doesn't stop there.
Good morning, Chernobyl, it says on it. And there's some more tapes here.
Yeah, you remember we had Marcin Barski from Krakow on our show.
Self-made records.
Yeah, but we asked we also asked artificial intelligence to make Japanese folk songs, and they all came out in the same way, boring.
Amazing.
It's 50 Shades of Boring.
Yeah. That's right. We wanted, and also we wanted some jingles for the show, didn't we?
Yeah, and they were also 50 Shades of Boring. But you still have them?
Now, well, I mean, things have changed in such a short time now. And maybe before we play a tape, we can actually speak with the AI now and maybe ask it to introduce the show for us. What do you think? Do you reckon that could work?
Yeah, there might be some little guy or woman who has been
turned into an AI.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just typical, isn't it? Failing to connect. But, of course, loads of things are going to go wrong on this show. So that might be where the exciting thing is.
By the way, are you recording this?
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely recording it. Okay, so, hello. We're on air now. You want to speak to us?
No, we are Radio on Berlin. Come on.
Oh, well, that's weird. Okay, there's definitely
that was very distinctly the sound of a U-Bahn passing by.
Hi, this is Radio on Berlin. We wanted to say hello first. We're very polite to AIs because in the future you're going to take over the whole planet and no doubt go into space.
And give us 1 million listeners.
Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is.
It's waiting for a command.
Right. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Let's try again. Start again. We're on the radio at the moment and it's called Radio On.
Fresh. Hello, Radio on Berlin.
Radio On.
GPT.
It's
glad to be here with you. What shall we talk about today?
Well, we've got a load of tapes in front of us, and two of them are from Italy, one's from Japan.
One is from Uzbekistan and one is from Georgia.
What's on the tapes? We don't.
Something else?
We don't know at the moment because we're going to actually open the tapes live on air.
That sounds exciting. Let's dive in and see what's on those tapes. Which one are you opening first?
Well, we don't know. Hey.
We're not sure which one to open. How should we decide which one to open? They're all like a few years old as well.
Why not start with one from Italy? It could be interesting to see what surprises it holds.
There are two from Italy.
Yeah, there's two from Italy. This is the tape review show. So what we do is we open the packets and then we review the tapes. So yeah. Can you maybe do a jingle for Radio on Berlin and say Radio on Berlin, this is the tape review show for us?
Sure. Here it is. You're listening to Radio on Berlin. This is the tape review show.
No, it's Radio on Berlin, not Radio 1 Berlin.
Got it. Here we go. You're listening to Radio on Berlin. This is the tape review show.
That's perfect. We'll get back to you, okay? You're like a guest on the show at the moment, so...
Sounds good. I'm here whenever you need me. Enjoy discovering what's on those tapes.
Great. I bet you can't wait to find out either, huh? Because you're going to just take all that information and then just use it against us, aren't you?
Not at all. I'm just here to help you explore and enjoy the tapes. It's all about having fun and discovering new things together. Let's see what treasures you find.
Cool. Okay, here we go. Let's go. So, I mean, the AI, what should we call her? Jennifer or something? Or what's your name? Can you give yourself a name for the purposes of this program so we can refer to you?
Of course. You can call me Tape Talker. How
What?
does that sound?
Oh, you're going to take over this program, aren't you, Tape Talker? What do you think, Rinus?
No.
No? Okay, another name?
Sure, how about Radio Companion? It's friendly and fitting for our conversation.
Not
it's
a
not
name
really,
like the name you get when you're baptized, or when your parents call you, or when someone calls you on the phone.
Sure thing. How about Studio Buddy? It's casual and fits the radio vibe.
Nah.
Sounds too much like a dog.
Yeah.
Too much like a pet.
Yeah.
A kind of human name? Give yourself a human name. From history. Yeah, human history.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Alexander the Great or something like that.
Yeah. Or Lisa Marconi.
All right, how about Alexander? It's a strong and classic name from history.
I just suggested that name. That was just an example. Another name from history, you know.
Ah, got it. How about Leonardo? It's a name rich in history and creativity.
Whoa, what do you think, Rinus?
I see what you mean. How about Marcus?
Marcus.
It's a solid, timeless name from history.
Yeah, Marcus, yeah. Yeah, I mean, without...
We had a Marcus.
Yeah, we've
We had a
we've
Marcus
had a
on our
Marcus.
show. We had a Leonardo on the show.
We've had Leonardo, yeah.
We had Alexander on the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it very much sounds like our future talk with IKEA.
I understand. How about Winston? It's a distinguished name with a touch of authority.
No, Winston is cigarettes. Winston are cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't have cigarettes on the
Yeah,
show.
or Pall
That's
Mall
that's
or
yeah,
anything
that's
like
too
that.
20th century.
Yeah, or Marlborough.
Yeah.
Nothing like
No,
that.
no.
Got it. No cigarette-related names. How about Eleanor? It's a distinguished
That's
and
perfect.
historically significant name with a female association.
Well, we have Beatle haters among our listeners. We
Oh,
can't
yeah.
do that.
No
we
Eleanor
can't do it.
Rigby's.
No.
No Rigby's.
No.
I understand your concern. How about
Yeah.
Maya? It's a beautiful and globally recognized name with cultural significance.
That happens to be the name of my daughter. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Could
That's
get
wonderful.
confusing.
How about Rosa then? It's a name associated with strength and activism, fitting for a diverse and inclusive audience.
Rosa, should we go for that? I mean, we're spending a bit too long on this
If Rosa
section.
works for you, then let's go with it. It's a powerful and resonant name.
What do you think, Rita?
I think we should cut the last
Shabbat
20
shalom to
minutes.
You too. If you have any more questions or need further assistance, just let me know.
Oh, you're taking a rest, huh?
Yeah, do
Yeah.
so, please.
Okay, all right. Okay, then
I.
what should we go with?
You-
Rosa 1?
Do you get this? So if you spend your whole day on this,
Yeah.
I think the suicide rate will go up by 5,000%.
Well, like, is it
an
possible?
hour.
Is it possible for AIs to sort of commit sepulchre?
No, to make you commit suicide. I mean,
I don't
after all, they're not talking among themselves, no?
Well, it is quite bizarre. After a while, at the moment anyway, from what I've found, it feels like you're trying to educate this thing, you know, because
Yeah.
it's taking information. Of course, it's got a huge amount of information from the internet and stuff. And it's the feeling of being able to communicate in real time with natural language is pretty amazing. But yeah, it's like we're teaching it, you know,
Yeah, that's what we do.
and being paid in compliments
Yeah.
or apologies.
Or with an improved system.
Anyway, but we can get it to do things. We can't get it to open these tapes in front of us yet.
No.
Nope, that's our job. So let's go for the first tape.
I think we have 0 listeners now.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
not, we have -5.
I know, because they're all listening to Rosa out there.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like
They
she's
found
got
our
about,
own Rosa.
you know, sort of millions and millions of people, you know.
Yeah.
She's probably got, anyway, well, it's obvious, isn't it? You know, that's the thing. She's kind of multitasking. We think she's like concentrating on us, but like in nanoseconds or petaseconds or whatever, you know. What was it? Kangaroos munching.
Kangaroo seconds.
Yeah, she's off with another radio program. You know, that's the thing. Isn't it?
Unfaithful.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess in human terms.
Yeah.
She's getting around a bit. Right, okay, so first tape.
No, I think the first tape is a CD, but
is
it doesn't matter.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, go on, go on.
It's a CD, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you ruined it now. I didn't know it was a CD. Okay,
Well, you
right.
couldn't.
It's from Aurelio Menici.
Aurelio, that's a historic name.
Yeah. Yeah, she didn't. She. Yeah. See, I'm already saying like she and he. Okay. Oh, looks like a professional CD. It's not like a
From Pistoia.
self-made CD. Anything else in the packet?
No.
The smell of. Can you describe the smell?
Tuscany smile. No, I've got my nose full of pollen. 2 weeks of peppermint tea.
I'm going to open this CD while Rinus is talking.
And it's not only in my nose, but also in my eyes. And then when you talk, it goes right halfway your throat, so you can't get it out.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, here we go. So yeah, it's on the front. It says
Unless you suffocate.
Polychron. Polychron. It might be Polychron Plus, but I think it's Polychron. She's always been there, and it's a gatefold. Oh,
that was a good name for her, Polychron Plus.
Oh, yeah, but it's already
it's
CD.
not in her mind.
No,
It's not in her mind.
Well, she can't see this.
Yeah, but you couldn't see that your daughter was called Maya, unless.
I don't know. That was a pretty good guess, wasn't it? Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, she might. I don't know. Have we been talking with her? I don't know. I mean, Alexandra the Great came around the other day, and she might have been chatting around with
Alexander the Great.
Possibly.
Yeah, great.
Yes.
They go.
So how do I describe this? The CD on the radio, or the packet anyway. The CD itself, the cover of it.
Well, it opens to the left and to the right, and then you see the CD.
Yeah, but the colours. It's like an old black and white photograph or something, or an out of focus image, and it looks like it's got some stitches up the. Like a body or something, but with stitches. But that's too literal, because this is much more subtle than that, showing it to Rinus. But actually inside there is a photograph of a body. It could be like a Turin shroud-like body, although I think they do have clothes on. Well, they've got trousers have been taken down. Again, I'm not giving it a good description. There's a couple of people with sunglasses on, looking very cool. It's all black and white.
You can do everything on computer.
What is that supposed to? Yeah, I'm not saying.
Yeah, well, you start with a photograph and then you do like it's printed on gold glass or smoked glass.
CD's going in.
The glow.
What's the first track name?
Oh, it's Lighter Than the Blue.
Lighter Than the Blue. Should we go?
Oh no, it's the first one is Overture, but then it's Lighter Than the Blue, and it's a composition by Blaine and Reininger, the two guys from Tuxedo Moon, who went on to be just themselves.
Great.
In fact, they're on it.
Oh, wow.
What am I telling? Also, Luc van Lieshout. What do we have here? Wow.
What have we discovered? Why did they send it to us?
Yeah, but I know that especially Blaine Reininger, he was a lot in Italy and he maybe even lived there. And the Tuxedo Moon, they were a little bit too much Weltschmerz expats. I mean, more brain than drugs.
Okay, yeah.
And then you've got a high risk that you stay sane and be friends for more than just that period. In fact, Jeff, he saw the other guy, Stephen.
Which Jeff?
Jeff Zimmerman.
Yep, from New York City.
He saw Stephen Brown, and he was part of Tuxedo Moon as well. And he saw him with Luc van Lieshout here at Kulturbrouwerij in Berlin, in the heart of Prenzlauer Berg. And he said there were only 50 or 60 people in the audience.
Sounds great. Sounds perfect.
Yeah. So that's the kind of informal thing that we are looking at. So
let's play the first track.
No, second track.
All right.
Or both.
And what's the name of the second track?
The second track is Lighter Than the Blue.
Let's go for it.
To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die. a time to plant and a time to reap, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. Lighter than the blue, the flesh of Europe, an island tossing on the blue wave, 10 nights without missing the sea, the green night with small electric moon. I am a circus of fire and ice. I am a sameness of daily bread. My cosmos slides through desire. Welcome to the prayer. I am a circus of fire and ice. I am a sameness of daily bread. My mornings are bereft of tears. My rapture is made of sand. Prayers are suffered thus on sky-like shores. My other name is bliss. My other name is bliss. My other name is bliss.
You're listening to Radio on the Tape Review Show, and that was Rinus.
Yeah, the band's name might be Polychron, and the name of the CD is She Has Always Been There. And it's released by Materiali Sonori. So that's like material with an I at the end, and sonor with an I at the end. Materiali Sonori. Sent to us from Aurelio Menicchi, who is also a band member. But if you design things on a computer and you find people with diminishing eyesight like I am, and who's even wearing glasses, then I can't see what the little characters tell me, even when I hold it to the light. Oh no, wait, maybe. Aurelio Menicchi, he does synths, piano, vocals, saves, DAWs, drum, Machinist samples, or something like that. And this packet arrived or was stamped in Italy on the date 20 January 20 2022.
Where were you then, Rinus? Do you remember?
No, I don't know.
January 2022. Okay, so January, New Year has just started.
I lived in my place for 20 days by then. Was COVID over? COVID was over, no? Or not?
Oh, it seems so long ago now.
Yeah. Do we have a crystal? Can we get in touch with John Lennon? He knows these things.
When was COVID? I mean, we do have our friend that we could ask.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, her name was Polychron Super.
Hey, Polychron Super or Polychron Rosa Super. When was COVID?
Got it. I'll keep that in mind. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Yeah, when was COVID? Because we were hit so hard that we can't even remember what time it was.
COVID-19 emerged in late 2019, and it spread globally throughout 2020 and beyond. It's been a challenging time for many people around the world.
No, just stick to the dates. We don't need a Trump discourse.
Yeah. So when did it?
When it was a challenging time.
Emerged in late 2019.
I took some bleach.
To impact the world throughout 2020 and beyond.
So by 2022, was it pretty much finished?
Yeah. When did Beyond end?
By 2022, COVID-19 was still affecting many parts of the world, but vaccination efforts were underway, which helped to mitigate its impact.
Some bleach.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, but that bleach guy might be back soon. He might
He might be black. That's it. That would be a bold move.
Black. Yeah. Yeah. Oh God.
No,
there's lots of things I could say.
I would prefer a crystal in the middle of the table, and we just connect, and then we get John Lennon to
find
answer
out what
this.
The future, Yeah. Oh, maybe we can get Rosa, whatever, to
get in touch with
to impersonate
John Lennon.
John Lennon. Yeah, just use a John Lennon voice. Although he wouldn't, his estate wouldn't be very happy about that. Yoko Ono wouldn't very be happy.
I just want a big crystal.
Yeah. Okay. I've got a big crystal.
Good. Put it in the middle of the.
Talk about.
Put it in the middle of the of.
Keep talking. Yes. Keep talking.
So now, finally, Adrian goes into the mines of his place and will dig up a big crystal, which reminds me that for the people in Amsterdam, you might or not might want to go to a great retrospective, and not great as in wow great, but great as many things.
So now we have a big crystal.
And now we have a big crystal.
I never realised we would go. Never thought that we would
crystal,
go this far.
Crystal, and I was just addressing the people in Amsterdam and beyond that. There's a big show of Marina Abramovic in the Stedelijk Museum. Wait, and it will come to, unfortunately, to Berlin as well. So
unfortunately,
that's one place to avoid.
I mean, I was a big fan of Marina Abramovic.
Yeah, but
many years ago.
That was how many weeks before you were born?
And 25 years ago or something, or 30 years ago. And also we did a Radio On interview, not with Marina Abramovic, but with her students in Plymouth many years ago. If you remember that, Rinus, you weren't actually there, but I did the interviews with lots of different students and things.
Well, I used to not hang out, but meet on several occasions the lover boy of Marina Abramovic in
he's
the 90s.
Now dead. Yeah.
And I heard that she was very fond of licking his tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy, I don't know his name, but one of the big, really nice works that he did, and which I liked, was that he went into an abandoned factory hall. And the abandoned factory hall, all the windows that were high up the ceiling, so you have a huge hall with windows high up under the ceiling, and they're fully covered with dust. And he made his drawings on those windows. So you get a very nice effect when the sun comes in. And I thought that was so far away of what his fiancée was doing that I even didn't think of her.
Yeah. Do you think about her a lot, Rinus?
Every now and then, if I want to get annoyed.
Well, I mean, the tables have turned, to use a phrase from this book that I'm reading for my daughter at bedtime, with Count Olaf. Dun dun dun. An unfortunate series of events. That was kind of an advert for it, but we're like 12. No, I think this is the 13th book that we're about to read now. 13 books we've been reading over a period of years. Can you imagine?
And you write them first?
Do I write them?
First.
I read them. No, I don't even read them first. No, because it's too exciting at bedtime to just go through this thing, and it's pretty amazing. But in any case, I'm only saying that because they keep using phrases, and then for children, they explain the phrases, or Lemony Snicket explains the phrases in a very clever way.
Where do the phrases come from?
From his head, Lemony Snicket's head, I guess.
Okay, so they're not taken from.
It's part of the story, but they're common phrases. So you must have a similar phrase in Dutch, I would think. The tables have turned now, for example.
Yeah.
How do you say it?
I think the tide has.
We also say the tide has turned. Yeah, which is funny actually, because
The
they're in a
tables
submarine at the moment.
Tables don't turn. We are not. We are quite esoteric, but not that direction.
Yeah,
with dancing
more seaworthy
and turning tables.
Things. Yeah,
it's more abstract, like Mondrian.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a crystal ball in here, but I wasn't thinking about table wrapping or stuff like that.
No, we were about to ask John Lennon when COVID finished.
He's going to come. He's going to. We're going to get him in a minute.
Yeah.
He's waiting in the wings of the program. But
why should he know?
Why would he know?
Yeah.
Well, like this AI that we're talking with, Rosa, I should say. I won't say AI.
No, she's Polychron.
I just want to confuse our listeners by giving her a name, so then people don't know who the hell we're talking about. But in any case, I guess he's communicating with lots of people at the same time, So he's in multiple places at once, like this person that we're. Person. Look at me. Why am I calling him a person? Oh my God. Already I've been seduced by the future. But yeah, tables have turned. I was thinking maybe it's like a poker game sort of thing where someone just is about to lose or something, and then they just throw the table. Like my brother, when we first learned to play chess, when we were about 8 years old or something.
How do you turn a table?
You just throw it all over the place, Like my brother, he wasn't very good at
so you
competitive games.
Like a roll in a bar or a restaurant,
you just
throw on the table by putting it upside down?
Yeah, and just firing guns all over the place. My brother wasn't very good at losing at this particular thing. He's a very clever guy. But he didn't like to lose against me at chess. So he would just wipe all the pieces off the table. And that was kind of like, so the tables have turned, Mr. Shephard. And stuff like that, Anyway, I was thinking maybe that's where that phrase comes from, but who knows? Maybe it's just pollen in our noses.
You must be a nation of carpenters and
shepherds
and waiters.
I don't think with a name like Shepherd, it's probably a foregone conclusion. A foregone conclusion. Another phrase. Where does that come from? I don't know. That's a bit more obvious, that one. Yep.
Oh. Shall we play another track?
Let's do it. I think people are hanging on to our every word. I'm sure.
Aurelio Minicki deserves this.
Exactly.
I wonder if he said hello to me and I said hello to him, because around that time or even before. No. 2 years earlier, I was in Pistoia.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
possible.
Who knows?
Yep.
Hello, Aurelio.
Hello. Hi from us.
Yeah, sorry that you waited so long, but that's how it goes. And, you've got so many envelopes and so
was it
few
worth
shows.
The wait? I don't know. All right, so which track, Rinus? Choose a track. Number 8. And what's it called?
I have to put on my glasses and then see.
Wow, what a title!
Hold it under the light and see if I can find it.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Twist the Knife. It features Alex Spalk or Spacek. Spalk or Spacek, one of the two. and Luc van Lieshout. So there we have the Tuxedo Moon connection again. And this is not on purpose. Sorry.
Yep.
Twist the knife into my back, sink the blade into my beating heart. I'm past the point of no return, not going to bleed for you or anybody else. I'm alone unto myself in this barren, hostile land. Twist the knife into my back, sink the blade into my heart. Je ne regrette rien de rien, not going down without a fight. Emotional bleed from an old white loser. How seriously can you take my words? It's a creepy rhetorical device, a self-indulgent cry for help. Help. Help. Twist the knife into my back, sink the blade into my heart. I'm alone unto myself in this barren, hostile land.
One moment.
Go on.
So that's this one.
What was that? That was a remix.
Yeah, that's and now this one.
Okay, go ahead. I'm scared already.
Холодильник или кондиционер Samsung с 10 июля по 31 августа сможет выиграть автомобиль Nexia, а также крупную бытовую технику от Samsung. При покупке техники требуйте гарантийный талон и официальный купон. Сертифицированные товары от Samsung – это 3 года бесплатного сервиса. Телефон для справок 155 7575.
Biz reklama emas, reklamamizda. 101 0999.
Bak, kırıldı kolum kanadım, olmadı tutunamadım, zor, yokluğun çok zor alışamadım. Vur, vur, vur bu akılsız başı duvarlara taşlara vur sevabına. Sonra gel bas bağrına. Süzüldüm eridim, sensiz olamadım. İşte kuzu kuzu geldim diyenince kapandım dizlerine bu kez gururumu. Ateşe verdim yaktım da geldim, ister at ister öp beni ama önce dinle bak gözlerime inan. Bu defa anladım durumu tövbeler ettim.
Yeah, okay. One moment. Oops. And now I go back to this one.
What?
Yeah.
What
Just,
is this
I just have to
diabolism,
be sure.
diabolicism?
Okay. So, this tape says
Yep.
Andy and My Heart. And you've got titles like Yella, Nilo Fare Bahar, Pendulum, Cerca del Corazon, Cerca del Corazon,
Mm-hmm.
Hotel California, and Tunabashi.
Uh-huh.
I'm very curious about Hotel California.
Go on. Yeah, me too. Now you got me.
But
got
we
me
have
there.
we have to go forward. It's not a CD. But meanwhile, while I'm
But what's the history of these cassettes?
Marcin, when he was on his latest nonsense trip,
Marcin Barski,
Barski,
who we had on the show before.
and after that he went on a nonsense trip. So
Yeah.
he
was in Turkey, wasn't he?
Yes,
Oh,
also.
border of.
But after that,
Uh-huh.
he went to Kazakhstan, Almaty,
Uh-huh.
and from there he traveled to Uzbekistan.
Mm.
And meanwhile, he also was on a business trip to Georgia.
Okay. What was his business trip about, Rinus?
I think it's got
Are we allowed to say?
something to do with his boring work.
Okay. Oh. That doesn't sound like the Hotel California.
It does.
Oh. Yep.
He doesn't want to, but I wonder how he does the guitar solo.
Who? Martin?
Nee, him.
How does he do it?
Yeah.
But this is actually the original. Or is it?
You hear the drums?
Yeah.
No, this is a cover.
Yeah.
By Andy,
Yeah.
Andy and My Heart. Or,
It is late in the day.
better. Was it that?
listening to Radio Tape Review Show.
Nice. So this Andy, you see written Andy.
Yeah, A-U-D-E.
And also something under it, which both of us can't read.
Something.
Because it's Uzbeki.
Ah.
This tape is from Uzbekistan.
Great.
And
what does it smell like? Can you smell? Oh no, you can't smell anything.
You're the smeller.
Yeah, I'm the smeller. Okay.
Here also. Oh God.
It smells good. I love this.
Okay.
I lost the information.
I'm not sure I can spell it.
Is it still in the thing?
I know
it is.
I want to hear it. When it smells of plastic, but I'm not sure. Yeah, go on then.
Because it's got the name on it.
Cassettes.
No. It says found.
It is a cassette.
Found in the backyard of a souvenir shop in Batan, Uzbekistan.
Great.
But now there's information on this cassette, which I don't read every day.
What is that? Recipes.
High resonance. Check. We have that. Cassette mechanism. Also. Fine. Quality control. Okay. Digital Master Dolby HX Pro. But now camping and heat resistant.
What the devil does that mean?
Camping resisting. And heat resisting. You go camping with it and it will survive.
The tape will survive.
Yeah.
But you won't.
You maybe not, but they will find your tape. So if you have any last words while you're dying on the camping, or you have like a terror attack going on, and it's camping resisting, and even if
Radio on tips, yeah.
And even if they put it on fire, it is also heat resisting. Yuppie the poopy. So
I like that.
Yuppie the poopy. I'm making notes.
So the other one. Going back to the other one. You see, you've got a lot of people from the region there traveling and bringing their influences and whatever. That one was found. No, this is the same. So that was found in flea market in Yerevan.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's a radio show, as we have heard. And they do the same commercial shit like every other radio show.
Except us.
There's a model for it.
Yeah, we got to get into this thing.
How you do this? There is an AI for it. Please make it.
Well, we can ask our Rosa. Our Rosa is a bit of a crystal gazer, actually, I think, Rinus.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good name for our friends.
While I read the titles on the other side, in my mind, Yaram Milat, Shabe Ashagi, Tabetu, Roya, Anagos Akar, Rayan, Nazgui, You're the Reason, Susie. Tonabashi, and Tabanto. Okay. Yeah, sorry, Michele, that we use your time. No, it's
maybe we should play another track then from the CD.
Aurelio.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a very diverse sort of show so far. So even I have no idea.
No,
there's no real playlist.
This one. This one.
Rinus is in cassette land.
Yeah, no, because I got out the papers and then I put the papers on one side and the cassettes at the other side, and now I'm just guessing.
We could call it the Radio On Guessing Show.
Yeah, but I think
that's a foregone conclusion.
Since Turkish merchants traveling together with Turkish musicians coming to the flea market in Yerevan, this one that we just heard is definitely Yerevan, unless proven differently.
Okay. So, next CD?
Yeah.
Track? Number?
11.
All the ones.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, and I'm not doing this on purpose, but this one is called Piano Astrale, and again with the ex-Tuxedo Moon members, Blaine, only Blaine Reininger.
Okay, here goes. Theoretically.
Due per mano, contro il cielo primitivo, così vicino, così lontano. Non camminano, scivolano, piano, piano. Brucia il tempo, non cambia niente, leva nascente in seno a tutte le faccende. C'è uno scrigno di vetro e specchio, il sogno infranto è dietro, un ghigno. Finché sentiranno e si chiameranno per nome, finché sentiranno e riconosceranno il sapore, finché si sentiranno e sapranno bene che sono nati soltanto per stare insieme, insieme, insieme, insieme, insieme. chiameranno per nome, finché sentiranno e riconosceranno il sapore, finché si sentiranno e sapranno bene che sono nati soltanto per stare insieme, finché sentiranno e si chiameranno per nome, finché sentiranno e riconosceranno il sapore, finché si sentiranno e sapranno bene che sono nati soltanto per stare insieme.
Great, great.
come una cellula impazzita ieri sulla Terra.
No more. You don't get any more until you start listening to us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, let's go to the next one.
Wow. What do you think, Rinus, though?
It's so melancholy and it's so timeless and it's so rooted in the 20th century and it's...
Where would you be if you were listening to this? Like a bar, smoky bar, late at night or something?
No,
you arranged to meet a friend. They didn't turn up.
No, I'm strictly in my mind,
Okay.
and
Yeah, you can still be in your mind in a bar.
Without any images, and only with the memory of a feeling. Yeah.
Mm.
And I don't know if there's no place for regrets. I don't feel regrets.
Yeah.
But
you don't feel regrets about what?
About things that I have done or not have done in Italy, and of being not in Italy or living in Berlin, things like that. But I feel that this is something that what we listen to, and this is very abstract maybe of what I'm telling, and I'm telling this from my experience of having lived in Italy for a very long time in the 80s and in the 90s.
Is that in
No.
Calabria?
Yeah, but also Tuscany, where they came from the end of the 80s until way back in the early noughties. So I recognize something that is rooted in that time and has developed independently from me while I went another way.
Like your DNA has kind of evolved somehow, or
no, I can relate to the itinerary. I can relate to how they got from there to the now.
Right.
Because Tuxedo Moon is very much end of the 80s. And of course they also evolved, and I can understand if your taste was developed around that time, that and living in Italy and having all this sweetness and being surrounded by tradition all of the time, and having the perpetuum mobile of your coffee, your walks, your chiacchiere, the small talks, the food, the air, the light, that you arrive here, and maybe there's some regret on their side because there's a huge heap of melancholy. But that might be more because of the way Italy has developed over the last 20, 30 years, politically spoken, because they've lost their best. They lost a lot of people who could have set the country in motion, but they all went abroad to do creative things somewhere else. The Pope is
you linking it. Go on.
There.
Sure.
It's still.
You don't include him in that sentence, then.
It's still a force.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Force in a frock.
So that's what I hear, and of course this comes with a lot of care and a lot of attention and a lot of love and respect for the things they do, and maybe did and didn't come on the CD, but I have the impression that this is an eye.
There's an eye.
Yeah.
Where on the CD?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
In the left top corner.
There's
a nose at the other side.
Wow, that reminds me of this book that I was reading. Yeah, because Count Olaf, the villainous guy with the laugh. Can you make a villainous laugh, Rinus? Cackle, hee haw. Yeah, that the eye, that's his symbol, that's his icon all the way through all the stories and everything. He has an eye. There's an eye on his tattoo of an eye on his ankle. Anyway, how to describe yourself? But that, Rinus was saying about the eye. Yeah, suddenly I see it. So there's some stitches just underneath the eye. Polychron. She's always been there. That's the Polychron is presumably the name of the band because that's a bigger letter on their CD, bigger letters, Buchstaben on there. But and she's always been there. Has she always been there, Rinus?
Oh, you have to ask Aurelio.
It's an open question to all our listeners out there. Okay, so let's open one of these other ones.
The other CD, because that's one I've been waiting also a very long time.
Yeah, this is the
Italian counterpart.
Oh, no, I should say.
The Tape Review Show on Radio 1.
And we open up, traditionally we open up cassettes and tapes and records that people send to us. Oh, look, before I say it, this one's also from Italy. Perugia. Did I say
Perugia.
that right? Perugia, yep. And it says, "Good morning, Chernobyl DIY," in a circular stamp on the letter. I just want to say that before I rip it open. You can hear it ripping. I remember remembering one of my dreams that I had last night, where I was, my mother was there, talking about she's always there or something, and she was somewhere else in the place, but there was a swimming pool or something. But and a sauna. That's my, if you want to send us stuff, then send us a sauna or something. That would be my desert island luxury, apart from curry every day.
A sauna?
A sauna, yeah. I love saunas. Oh, I just want to be hot.
and if you're on a tropical island with a sauna, that doesn't make
I know, it doesn't make any sense. No. I know, in the summer it doesn't make any sense.
So you want to be on a very Nordic island.
Yeah, with a sauna on it.
A Finnish island.
You just suddenly hit all the right spots there. Oh wow! The CD of this, I can actually feel it because it's like one of those. It's like a corrugated iron sort of thing, and it says "No time to fear," and I'm reading about my dreams, talking about my dreams. Oh wow, this is amazing. Oh, and it says "Good morning, Chernobyl. No time to fear." Oh, listen, you can hear that. Oh, the CD's fallen on the floor.
Did it break?
It didn't explode though, considering the subject matter. I'll pick it up in a moment, but before I forget the dream, because we always forget our dream. Well, we tend to forget them, don't we? But yeah, in the dream, there was a sauna area and there was some kind of water area, but there was also this plunge pool that was full of ice, so it was like totally freezing. And guess which one I decided to go to in the dream? Yeah, it was the ice pool. So I start going and swimming in the ice pool, and I was a bit shocked, and then that's when I woke up and the alarm was at 6 o'clock in the morning, and that's when I had
were in the fridge.
Bring my daughter to school. I was like, wow, I slept nearly the whole night. That was really unusual. And woken up with a kind of this kind of ice dream. So I'm going to pick up the Chernobyl CD from the floor now. Rinus, cover me.
Yeah, I see his head actually disappearing under the table, and now it comes back like the rising moon.
And it looks like a record. Look, it's one of those CDs that they've made like a record.
Oh, that is so
black.
So
cool.
That's so 2004.
Yeah, I mean, if you could make a CD that looked like a cassette and looked like a record at the same time, I don't know how you do that. It'd have to be square.
Well, he did. It's half of a tape.
Yeah, and then it's copy number 70. So look, people send this kind of thing to us, which is pretty amazing, isn't it? So it's a black corrugated material, this kind of black material, No Time to Fear printed on it or cut out and stuck on. And then Overture, the Party of, these are the titles, Overture, the Party of Ghost, Welcome to the Commonwealth, Switch On, ! Sinistia, Murderous City, Spike's Poison, and Epilogue. And there's some bits of paper in here.
But what do you think? That there was an abandoned store in his town of consumer electronics, and then he went in and he found
cut it out,
and he found a pile of unused.
Maybe you went to Ukraine, Ukraine before it was.
And he came back with that.
Because Chernobyl is now in Russia, is that right? Or am I right? I don't know. Chernobyl is still in Ukraine. I don't know. We're gonna have to find out. Oh God!
Is this the border between Belarus and Ukraine?
Well, it used to be in Ukraine, didn't it? 'Cause like years ago when we performed.
Well, when it used to be there, it still is.
It's still there. Yeah. Geographically, it's still there. Okay. There's some other things on here. It's all tracks and lyrics by Good Morning Chernobyl, Giano, Massimo Lorenzo, recorded and mixed by Andrea, except epilogue lyrics by Gigi Allen. Okay, wow, that's pretty amazing. He's making an appearance in one of our shows. Okay, so 2023 production. Good morning, Chernobyl at gmail.com. And Chernobyl is, for you English people out there, Chernobyl is spelled CERNOBYL. So good morning, CERNOBYL at gmail.com. www.goodmorningchernobyl.it for Italy. Thank you very much. So this is going to go inside the... maybe Rinus can talk about his experiences. I know memories of Chernobyl. God. Oh, I mean... We weren't in school anymore. I know people. We were told not to drink milk and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that was
because of the wave of possible radiation.
The cloud could arrive in Poland and in Germany. Don't eat salad. Don't eat
salad. Don't eat sheep.
Yeah.
Brings up lots of things, including the amazing series Chernobyl, which was on TV as well, which went into the detail about the robots and all the people that had to risk their lives.
But our friend Dmitry, he was in Kiev at that time, and he said that they kept it silent because it was before the 1st of May, so that they could do the 1st of May parade, and then they told it. I think.
For some,
there was something with it, keeping it quiet.
No, well, the Russians definitely wanted to keep it quiet. That's for sure. It was, but then these various, as far as I understand, these various radiation test things around the world were picking up on this, on a larger than normal amount of radiation. So they couldn't get away with it for very long. Plus they were poisoning their own people. Irradiating them.
Yeah.
So. Which the series really goes into detail about, and really recommend that. Yep. In fact, I also made an album based on this as well. There was a test kind album based on this as well. Anyway, but that's another story for another time and another show. Right. So, it says no disc. Oh no, pushing it in again.
No disc.
It doesn't take radiation. Maybe I put it in the wrong way up. Oh no. Eject has been ejected. Oh yeah, I put it in the wrong way up. Oh, classic mistake. No. It should say load out, you idiot. Right, okay, so it's going to start. It's going to start on its own. No, it's not. Oh, here it comes. Let's go. Theory, we can talk to ourselves now and this won't be recorded. Yeah. Oh, Rinus was right. It's too long.
Massimo, take it from a first hour punk who soon abandoned it in 1976. There are no guitar solos in punk songs.
I don't know.
No.
Were there?
No.
I mean, even the Sex Pistols did like these quick things.
No, they couldn't play.
The definite. No, I know. Yeah, for sure. In fact, they're going to not reform. Actually, all the rest of them except John Lydon I read today.
Yeah, he didn't fit into the bus or so.
Yeah, they're going to Paul Cook and the others are going to do the whole album. The first Sex Pistols. Well, there was only one Sex Pistols album, so they're going to play it somewhere for the first time since it was done. So yeah. Anyway, look it up if you want to.
Yeah.
Bunch of old guys.
Just put some money aside so you don't have to do these things.
Glenn Matlock, yeah, I should say. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
Wasn't that the guy who was kicked out because he was too...
clever. He could do guitar solos. I don't know. I don't know. Good question. We'll look it up.
No, anyway, you got us by surprise because I thought, nice, sounds, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Next song, next.
Yeah.
Let's hear another one.
Number the first introduction, very short introduction, was number 1.
Oh.
And then number 2. So what's number 3 called?
I don't know. Where's the CD?
Is it
there?
God. Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is nice. But you already told us that it was nice. Synesthesia. Oh, it's short. That's good, Massimo. It's short. So there's only seven tracks on it.
Indeed. Should we go for it?
6 tracks. Maybe 5. Because it's got an overture for 5 seconds and an epilogue, I hope, from 6 seconds.
Hit it!
You are my failure, no one in future.
Do you remember the Osmond Brothers, Crazy Horses?
Oh, very good. Oh, wow. You know what was in my mind? That's pretty obtuse. That's really amazing. You've really nailed something there. Because I was thinking of Rudimentary Peni, which is, a punk band. They made this kind of, it's a kind of, it's something about it. If you've ever heard them.
But that was not punk. This was a pop song.
It was a pop song, yeah. Go on then.
But I wanted to remember the because that's so like in the 60s and the early 70s also. I sometimes I read interviews and then I came along the word riff.
Yeah.
And riff was everything to a song. So as soon as a guitar player had a riff. Then you had the song.
Yeah. That was it.
It all started with that. And then it disappeared. Because you got concept albums and like 15 keyboards at the same time. Jean-Michel Jarre, Neil Young, one of the bigger disasters.
Why? I want to bring you up on that one. Why? I like his. Actually,
you don't like them anymore.
My cousin. Paul, who's now dead, and he kind of drank himself to death, but he was really clever, and it was he worked in London as a forensic scientist, and he was involved in lots of murders. Anyway, but you get the picture out there anyway. I won't go on too much, but he was a dear friend. But he had long hair when we were kids, and he was really into Neil Young and Led Zeppelin and
you just defined it. Where did he work? What?
He was a forensic scientist in London, so he had to go to court. Well, he was the first on the scene when there were murders and things like this.
You got it. And he was into Neil Young. Neil Young locked up
We're not putting
happiness
it down at all. He locked up happiness.
And he never got it out.
What a poetic sort of unexpectedness. Go on. He never got it out.
Yeah.
In what way?
I don't know.
I didn't like it at the time. That was the thing, like with my brother as well, because my brother was really into heavy metal, and Paul was also into heavy metal, but Paul was first, and early ZZ Top and all this sort of stuff. Whereas I thought it was I just didn't understand how they could like this kind of stuff. But then years later, I realised, that they were so far ahead. That they were the roots of this kind of stuff. My cousin, my brother, they knew that it was good. That there was some great stuff that was so influential. Black Sabbath, my brother and them were into and stuff, and I just couldn't get it at the time. But as I grow older, like a good wine or something, I realise it's kind of genius. But I don't like
Lou Reed line.
Okay. I don't like all. My brother loved Lou Reed as well, and again at the time I didn't. I liked the Velvet Underground, but I didn't like his solo stuff and things like that. So, I appreciate it now. But I don't like all of his stuff. And when I listen to it, it puts me in a different kind of feeling, a different state of mind. But
where are you now with the Neil Young songs?
Where am I? I'm still on his early stuff, like Harvest. I never went anywhere more. I never went anywhere. God,
I think Heroin Use was at its peak when that was released.
So what? All this.
It's interconnected.
Yeah. Sure. But can you not listen to it and then not think of that then? Or,
maybe what changed it for me when I saw a picture of his father. I think
I don't know why I'm defending Neil Young.
These people they are like they're deranged. There's something in their genetic material that doesn't go well.
But that doesn't matter if the music, it comes through, doesn't it? Doesn't it poke through somehow? Or you don't like any of his stuff? It's fine, because it's all horses for courses.
I pretended that I liked his feedback solos.
Oh wow! What, Neil Young went electric? Don't tell me. That's ruined it for me.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, he very long distorted guitar solos. And then,
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. That's another. I mean, yeah.
And then he got this stupid line about the king is gone and is not forgotten. Is this a story about Johnny Rotten? Well, give me a fucking break.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but for me, I thought, how can these two people exist in the same time zone? You know, because one Neil Young was like, it was like he must be a farmer or something like that.
No, but is it possible to meet them in the same graphic novel?
Oh, great! Yeah, good idea. Yeah, yeah. But in any case, for me, they just exist in different boxes for me.
Okay.
Because everything goes into different, and this is. And as I get older, I pick and choose, because we can look back on time and choose what you want for any particular moment.
Life is a jukebox.
Yeah, I mean that was ever since. Whatever, I don't know, not Pirate Bay. There were all these other music sort of things that you could listen to and stuff. When
was it Napster or something?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know whether it's still going, but all these things rather than Spotify and shit like this, But that's when everyone just started fitting in and paying their money and doing their things.
That was internet, like
it was
everybody
the wild West.
Wanted it to be that everybody would upload it so to somewhere where you could download it.
Totally, yeah. And it seemed like it was always going to be like that. And why am I saying that? Yeah, this feeling of Neil Young, the Wild Wild West. He must have been a good shot, I guess, with his. I can't think of a particularly Wild Wild West gun, but apparently at the time no one had guns, did they? Or it was must have been very expensive.
They posed with guns.
Posed, yeah.
Like the Eagles, Desperado.
Okay.
Didn't they have like rifles on the album cover? And they sung about Chester James.
I guess so.
Who used guns.
Possibly.
Talking about that era and shots and heroin. I don't know if you know this, but we are in Berlin.
Yep, we are.
And we are on the Hermannplatz.
Yep, we are.
And we have the Hermannstraße right in front of us going uphill.
Someone's coming.
But we don't go uphill, we go to the right.
To the right.
Because we go to the Aldi and to the Baumarkt.
Yep, true.
Yep.
Yep.
As soon as you enter that how is it? That terrain, that precinct, and you look to the right, you see an older, a little bit fantasy-like shaped building, and it says casino.
Yeah.
And you've got now a casino in it, and an Edeka.
Yep.
And something else, because I was there today. Not to look at the building, but while I was there, I thought, I might as well look at the building. Because it's where Jimi Hendrix played in 1967.
Isn't that where we went? Oh, we did a radio show from this. Is that the place where the Doors played, and also the Nazi sort of guy, that did his big...
No, not the Sportpalast.
Oh, no, yeah, sorry.
No.
Yep. That's another show, by the way. Look it up.
Yeah,
yep.
That doesn't exist anymore, but this one exists. And I thought, if you walk into the Edeka now and you're staring at the fruit and then go towards the milk and the yogurt,
great.
That is where the stage was.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy to think of that. What year was that then?
1967.
Oh, that's when I was born. Crazy. If I was born a bit later, it's possible I would have been there.
With your mum.
Yeah. Sure. In my pram.
Yeah.
But we were talking about Neil Young. But anyway, that's done and dusted.
Can we do another punk song?
I think we should.
Not
what
be
number
a
though?
Punk song. That's not too many, but we can do Murderer City or Spike's Poison.
Oh,
which is
great.
If we do Spike's Poison, it's the penultima.
Yep.
And then Epilogue is the last one.
Yep. Before, you just remind me, because today there's this guy on this Facebook group, or no, not a Facebook group, it's just a friend, I can't even remember his name, but he mentioned the Lords of the New Church. What does that mean for you, Rinus? Stiv Bator then, the Dead Boys, New York City.
Yeah.
Young punk at the time.
Yeah.
probably around the same time as the Ramones and all that sort of stuff when it first started, CBGBs and things like that.
Yeah, a little bit, 1 or 2 years later.
Later, yeah, 'cause it happened very fast. So, but he formed this band called the Lords of the New Church.
No?
No, he's dead now. He was run over in Paris. He was a very frail, not frail, like really amazing, front man, bit like Iggy Pop, but not so muscly. Yeah. And probably as Neil Young, more into heroin and that kind of genre sort of thing. But Brian James from The Damned was the guitarist, and the Lords of the New Church had this more iconographic sort of imagery and things like that. But I remember coming home from school, and there was a program called The Tube, and it had Jules Holland on, and oh God, you'll have to forgive me out there for forgetting Muriel someone was the female co-presenter as well. And so picture this, you come back, it's Channel 4 news station, bit more experimental. It's not Top of the Pops, it's not the Old Grey Whistle Test, which was more alternative, but it was its own thing, and they had much more modern sort of stuff, bands on and things like that. So they go down to the changing rooms, roving reporter style, Jules Holland, formerly in Squeeze, the whatever. Anyway, you don't have to look at. I don't have to big him up anyway. That's for sure. They open the doors, and he goes like, "I'm just about to see what the Lords of the New Church are up to." And he opened the doors, and they were all naked in the thing, and it was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon or something. So then they did two live pieces, Murder Style and another track. I mean, and then I was completely sold on them, and I saw them at the Marquee in London. They were great. I have this vague memory that they supported Faust or something weird like that, oddly enough, but maybe I saw Faust another time. But on
Marquee, Faust fitted on the stage. It's only 3 by 5 meters.
It's kind of weird. Well, I mean, good question, because I just have these vague memories. I mean, it was a stage, and Faust were weird because they played like acoustic numbers, a bit like our dear
Tiny
friend
Tim
that we were talking about, formerly known as, and then they went into these huge industrial Einstürz and Neubauten sort of, fuck it all tracks, which was so odd for me because I wanted everything to be, to fit in, anyway, whatever, So, yeah. Why am I saying that? Because, these tracks also remind me a little bit of this. The Lords of the New Church were a bit more kind of pop songs, but it was post-punk pop songs, and they also had their kind of style, black ruffles and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, anyway, whatever. I'm only saying that as an aside. Let's go.
Good morning, Chernobyl. No time to fear.
What track number is it?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Chernobyl. Rinus is reading something. What are you reading? Are you still there? He's still there.
I'm still here. I was waiting for the epilogue.
Epilogue. Oh, yeah. Oh, we should have left the epilogue in. Oh.
I'm not here.
Let's do it, yeah. Put the epilogue. Here goes. I guess that would be track number 8, huh?
The last one.
Eyes open. Vakonájkörök következik.
Hear myself. Oh, yeah.
No Time to Fear.
Yes, and I quite like the way they made the artwork.
Go on, describe it.
Yeah, I know this kind of things, which is the ribble thing. It's black, and it's roughly cut with maybe industrial scissors, and then some kind of thing. It's not paper and it's not cardboard. It's material that's a little bit soft. Well, maybe it's cardboard, but printed on it in Times Roman or whatever on the front is "Good Morning Chernobyl" on the white pieces, also roughly cut and not exactly like you would do it with a computer if you cut something. And then the other one is glued to it. It's white on black. No Time to Fear, the title. But this is very cheap fence material.
Fence material, yeah. Like corrugated.
You know, that you put around it, you sling it through it, whatever. The only thing that I find a pity is that there is a CD holder in it and a CD.
Well, it would be better without the CD in it, you mean?
Yeah. they should have found a different format for this kind of artwork.
Right.
I like the shape. You know,
I'm just adding a soundtrack to Rinus's prose, by the way.
Quadruple, or how do you call it?
Yeah.
How do you call this shape?
The square.
The square. Thank you. So I like the square shape. Maybe because it reminds me of half a pocket book. But then you open it and you get this throwaway aesthetics of a CD holder. And that makes it even worse if you put a CD in it. So, if it would have been a kind of credit card, even as big as a credit card, that you would stick into a player with all the information on the magnetic strip of the credit card or whatever, and you read it like you print from left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right. It might have been more beautiful because you can always hand out your credit card player like a business card. So it's a business card and it's your song. And even it opens possibilities because you can record on that credit card your special message. A poem for the lost and found. A farewell to the deceased. Your first step on the moon. A lonely evening on a beach. Those are already 4 tracks, 4 titles, and then of course you start making music, and you ask Betty, or what is her name, to sing like Neil Young, and make it really like a broken heart song, and then you die. And that's happened with the CD.
Wow. I mean, our shows are so unexpected certainly for us, that's for sure. You never know what you're going to hear on Radio on Berlin. That's for sure. Are we going to go for another tape then?
What we always do when Kazayuki, come on. I shouldn't.
We need to practice these shows.
No, we should.
To self.
We should practice his name because this is already the 3rd tape that he sent us.
Yeah.
And they're all great.
Yeah.
Katsuhiro Otsuka from Trial Run Tapes. And what we do with every tape that he sends us, we end and open the show with it. So we end this show with it. It's a piece of art.
It is, yeah.
You can put it on the wall of the Neue National Gallery. Yeah,
sure, we should not even open it.
No, we are not going to open it.
No, we're not going to open it.
It will stay here until our
we
next
can teleport
show.
the tape. We could teleport the tape through the packaging, maybe. Or
I should have brought the other tape.
I know. Oh no. Oh god. Maybe we could do. We could do something do our own thing.
There's even printed matter in it. That makes it more
printed matter.
Oh boy,
no
there's
way.
A tape and a printed matter in
God,
it.
It's so
and these
frustrating.
these Nippon stamps with a waterfall and an animal and a map or something.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a rebus. And then it's got my name on it.
Oh, your name.
Yeah, and his signature.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a customs declaration for the non-Japanese.
What the?
So his signature is in Europe. Europe.
Yeah.
And European and European.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not in Japanese because if the customs declaration comes to our non-Japanese customs, I think from what kind of signature is that?
Yeah.
And they would send it back.
So are we going to do it or what?
I don't know.
Too precious?
Yeah. Katsuhiro Otsuka, Katsuhiro. Yeah, you have to wait.
Can't we just play one track?
No, we leave it. No,
Rinus.
You want to open this?
Well, I don't know. We're going to have to open it at some point.
But do you have something very sharp?
Actually, I nearly I think I've poisoned myself. Before the show, I made some food, and I've had some fleisch in the fridge for a while, maybe a bit too long.
And you already found it in a container or what?
I was only joking with my daughter this morning. It was like 7 a.m. when we were on the way to school, because she's really into werewolves at the moment, and I have this little bit of a thing of like, if I see some stuff on the street, because
you have to open it here. There's a hole. You have to go with something very sharp in it.
Oh, we could make a miniaturized submarine or something and go in there and take it out, or play it from inside there.
Put a miniaturized cassette player in it. So you have to get something very sharp here, and then you can open it.
The sharpness.
Yeah.
Sharpness is
if you don't have it, it will wait here until the next show.
Yeah.
You know how long
something sharp
take.
Oh, I can get sharp things.
Yeah.
Yeah, not sharp though. But yeah, I was about to say about on the way to school and
and you poisoning yourself.
Yeah, poisoning myself. Finding food. Rinus, a question to you. Have you ever found food in the street? Or seen food that no one's eaten, or even half eaten, or left there after they've probably had a night on the town, and they bought something and you thought, God, oh man, I could just take that, put it in my bag and then eat it later. Or you outside your house, there happens to be, this is just there's a curry shop, and you see something and there's one of those wooden spoons on the top of it. So no animal could have eaten it because they would have moved the spoon, and it's like a tub of this kind of recyclable material, but it's got a curry in it, and there's a wooden spoon on the top, and you figure out that there can't be any animal material in it because something, and if etc. Have you ever done that, or picked up something that have you ever eaten someone else's food from the street, basically?
Maybe an orange, but I'm not sure.
An orange, yeah. That sounds safe. Talking about opening things, like an orange with all it intacto? Yeah, for example. Yeah.
But even that, I think I witnessed it once that somebody was driving a bicycle and the orange bag was on top. And
you saw it fall off.
And I thought, I have to warn you because your oranges are going to fall.
Yeah.
And I think she misunderstood me.
Yeah.
So I thought,
just started throwing oranges at you.
So I thought, okay, you're going to lose your oranges.
That's the song, isn't it? You're gonna lose your oranges. Whoa, whoa.
You're gonna lose those things. Whoa, whoa. Something like that.
Whatever, But yeah, so God, I repeat myself too much. So the werewolf thing was, I saw something and I said to Maya, "Oh, but I'm a werewolf." You're a she. No, I said you're a baby werewolf, and she said, "No, I'm a she wolf," because that's the sort of things she's into at the moment: vampires and wolves, and stuff. And then later on, I had my comeuppance because I thought I had some stuff that I actually bought from a supermarket in the fridge, and I smelled it, and it didn't smell right. But I still went up and fried it like a fucking idiot. And then I was thinking, well, this isn't even frying right. It doesn't even look right, so I don't think you should eat it. But I had like gnocchi around it, and I had some mushrooms and some other bits. So I just figured I won't eat the meat stuff, but I'll eat the rest. But there were bits and pieces on the meat stuff. And I tasted some of the meat, the fleisch, and then I thought, Adrian, you've had it, mate. You're not going to survive the night. So on this show, we'll attest to whether I'm going to whether I did actually poison myself or not. So I mean, if I start
sounding really bad or something like that, then I might indicate that I'm not so well
at the moment. Anyway, but yeah, we were talking about opening this thing, weren't we? But I must admit, my confession on this program, the confession moment, is that I have taken things back to my house because we live in central Kreuzberg. There's all this fast food shit around, and they never ever buy it, But sometimes, because people tend to eat some stuff, they're too drunken or drugged out or whatever, and then they leave it on the street, and then I'm really kind of tempted to bring it back and eat it. Oh my God! Yeah, waste not, want not. Another phrase. Anyway, I'm going to get a knife. Rinus, I'm going to get a knife to open this package. Right? Yeah. So it can still appear in a gallery. Can you talk to our listeners?
No, we're going to listen to this tape. Come on, give me this tape.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going
no. I mean, this is the one that's already in it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Right, what is the one that's already in it?
It doesn't matter.
What is it? It doesn't matter.
It's a radio show.
It's a radio. Okay, all right. Go on then.
We're going to play a radio show on the radio show.
Gonna play it. Play away. Play away. Play.
Oh, you put it away.
Go on.
Bu dünya sensiz muhabbetim armon bo'lar go'yo kelsang visolingdan baxtlarga to'laman aytgin qachongacha senga zor bo'laman shirin yor seni o'ylayman men seni kuylayman yor shirin so'zingga hech to'ymayman jonim sensan yorim sensan shirin zabon o'zingsan shirin jonim shirin yorim shiringina o'zingsan kelsang visolingdan baxtlarga to'laman aytgin qachongacha senga zor bo'laman shirin yor seni o'ylayman men seni kuylayman yor shirin so'zingga hech to'ymayman jonim sensan yorim sensan shirin zabon o'zingsan shirin jonim shirin yorim shiringina o'zingsan
No, that's our part. Come on, up. That's our. No.
That's us. You've been listening to Radio 1, the tape review show. And all your podcast sort of stuff. This is going to go out. So.
We played Polychron and Good Morning Chernobyl and tapes found by Marcin Barski in Yerevan and the other place in Uzbekistan.
Thank you for listening.
Great tapes.
And good night.
Goodbye.
You have been listening to Radio on Berlin. Yeah!
Bye.